Hello, in this brief networking tutorial, I want to review some things to look out for if you're the IT person for a doctor using PostureRay, or you're a PostureRay user that decided to network their software system themselves. There are some problems when that can arise with PostureRay, and it's not a PostureRay issue per se, it's a networking issue. And it has to do with unstable networks. What I mean by that is, if I'm going to go ahead and launch PostureRay, a lot of times if you go to launch it, and I know you're not going to see this window pop up, so I'm going to have to drag it over to the recording window. Here it is. This window will pop up, and a lot of users do not understand the significance of what this means. It's going to ask you where to browse for PostureCo for the website. What this tells us, first off, if you get this, once in a while, it might not be a big deal. If you get this frequently, it shows that you have an unstable network. In that, if we look at the folders that are mapped, you can see on the side, like if I go ahead and hit computer here, if you look, notice that there's all these little X's on the network map drives. On your computer system, if you browse through the map drives, you'll see that PostureCo is one of them. Now, obviously, depending on how your software was configured, I'm not sure where PostureCo is going to show up, but under My Computer or under Computer, you should see this because this is one of your network directories. Okay. Now, the problem with it is that if I go ahead and click, I have to log back into the server. So I'm going to log back into my server. And if you click Remember Credentials, you would think that Windows would remember the credentials. However, one must note that if you have different computers on the network crossing different security boundaries, domain credentials, computers in different work groups, Windows inherently does not remember this setting. So what that means is, I've actually browsed to it. Notice that it's turned green. If you continue getting this error message, what it means is that you need to get an IT person, look at your network configurations, and you must get in touch with us with an IT professional to get this resolved, because it has to do with computers that are in different security boundaries, crossing over into different that have different domain credentials, different work groups, and so the network is very unstable. Just because you can manage to browse as a novice user to networking doesn't mean that it's a stable network. And something else to remember is that even as great as wireless networks are, they're not the suggested protocol. Even if you have a wireless N network, sometimes this will happen a little more often. So we recommend that your computers are dedicated, hardwired for the best performance. Now, since I did that and it's installed, or I should say it's relinked to the PostureCo server, remember what we need to do is we're going to need to browse to the PostureRay net folder. So if I look back in to the PostureRay prompt, it's going to say, let me close this one down. It says, please browse to the PostureRay database. So what you're going to look for is the window keeps opening up on this other side here. You're going to look for, when you go into computer, you're going to browse to the PostureCo, and you're going to browse to PostureRay net, and you're going to browse to data. And once you're in that data folder, that's the one you want, you hit OK. Now, once PostureRay validates your license, it's going to start up. So with that being said, I can log in as normal to PostureRay. So hopefully this tutorial, if you're your own IT professional, you've learned a couple things and you need to investigate your networks with an IT professional. If you're an IT professional and your user sees this, you must reach out to us and just make sure that you have all the securities the way that they should be to allow access. That way they run on a stable network, because even though I induced this on my system, I have 10 computers running constantly that never have this issue because I have an IT professional that handles that for us. Okay, I didn't even know this early on because I networked my software system, that being me, Dr. Joe Ferrantelli, the owner and CEO of PostureCo. So I learned a lot a few years ago about this. So doctors, please don't network your own equipment. That would be like asking your patients to be their own chiropractors. Take it to the next level. If you keep seeing this error, you are not the IT professional. You really need to reach out to somebody that is and help resolve it. Okay? Hopefully, this was helpful. If you have more questions, please reach out to us at sales@postureco.com or drjoe@postureco.com. Thank you.